Start.
Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो खाली राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you, live at zero, come at level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Whatever may happen, we should be undisturbed. Are we stones? Whether somebody offers a flower on the stone, or a doggy comes and does his Purnamadaha Purnavidam, the stone doesn't react. So are you suggesting us a life of being inert? See? Human mind will react in such a manner that it will try to find out an excuse how it is possible. See, friends. And Bhagavan Krishna knew this. Therefore, he very clearly told. Like in Ishavasya Upanishad, first two mantras are the crux of whole life. First of all, it is said, Ishavasya sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita magrudak kasya siddhanam kurvanne veha karmani jiji visheshatagam sama. Four principles. We interact in this world according to our vision. What we have seen. See? This example I have given in some of my talks. Now you are all professional listeners, so maybe some of the examples will be repeated, but tolerate. Now how much bluff I should give? So, one boy was trying to flirt with girls. So he was on his motorbike and he saw one nice, sweet, cute girl, good figure going ahead. So he thought, let me go and flirt. And he went and stood in front of her. From backside, she was looking sweet 16. But from the front, when he saw 85, you not out. Beta, kya chahiye? Will he say hi? What he will say? Hi, hi. Isko dekha. Because what he saw and what he experienced was different, is it not? In the same manner, this world we see. How do we look at the world? If we look at this world as a platform for indulgence, our interaction with the world will be different. But if we look at the same world, Ishavasya sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat, whatever is permeated in and through by the divine presence. Our interactions and reactions will change. See? One child in a temple came with his mother. NRI child. NRI child is a new breed we have developed in our country. So they came and Shiva temple, Samne Ganeshji. So he came and he went and rode on that Nandi. Now for him, it is just a riding place. But for us, it is Bhagavan. See, the thing is the same. Our interactions depend on how we look at the world. See? So when we were told that maintain equanimity under all conditions, does it mean we are dumb like a person in coma? See, is it like that? No. That is not the meaning. To bring us out of that, Bhagavan says, look here. Evam tvai na anyatha asti naraha na lipyate. There is no option for you whether you will act or you will not act. You have no option. Therefore, all of us are interacting in the world in two ways. Either we get involved or we withdraw. Pravritti and nivritti. Now all our life's expressions are for what? See? Most of you are married and some of you are happy. This I learned in UK only. Near Heathrow, we used to have a retreat. And one old man, he was coming for the thing, a Britisher. And he said, Mr. Swami, I have a question. I said, keep with you, I don't need. I have got many of them. No, please answer. I said, okay. You, Swami, from India don't get married? I kept quiet. What can I say? He said, he gave me this wisdom. He said, after all, happiness is not everything in life. That day I had discovered the world is divided into two types of people. Those who are married and those who are happy. Now tell me, who of you got married to become miserable? Further sentence I will not say, that you know. You have got a direct experience. So, everything that we do or we do not do is only for seeking happiness. It is here Bhagavan tells us you are going the wrong way. See? When I want something, so that want is called as agitations in the mind. I want this, I want that, I know constantly mind. And when I get that thing what I wanted, what happens? Agitations quieted down. And what is my conclusion? I wanted that thing, I did not have it, therefore I was disturbed. Now I have it, now I am happy, therefore the happiness has come from that object. Conclusion. And we become so firmly convinced of this that we want to repeat it again and again. Because we don't think, we normally react. Intellectuals react. Intelligent people learn. See? So, if we understand cool way that when I like, for example, I like cup of tea. So when I get cup of tea, I am happy. So what is my conclusion? Happiness is coming from tea. But if happiness is the ingredient of the tea, everybody should become happy by taking tea, but it doesn't happen. Then the question comes, I cannot bypass my own experience. What about that? Then we come to know that agitated mind is misery and quiet mind is happiness. Agitation was for want of tea. When the want is fulfilled, want has gone, mind is cooled down. And wrongly we conclude happiness has come from tea. So who can help us other than ourselves? Therefore, remaining in this world without reacting and keeping the equanimity under all conditions is not a life of disgusted, frustrated, comatose existence. No. For that, Bhagavan says, you have no choice. No anyatha asti. There is no option. Then the question comes, how should we live in this world? We have to live. And here is the most oft quoted but wrongly understood shloka from Bhagavad Gita. You all know. This I explained earlier also. Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhuhu mati sangasto akarmani. These are the 4 principles. How to lead a spiritual life. Okay. First of all, we'll try to understand a wrong meaning. Like many people ask us, one youngster asked, because of Gita our country is not progressing. I said, wow, thank you for telling me. Because everybody in our country is reading Gita. You people say, do your duty but don't bother about the karma phala, result of the karma. See, the meaning is not that do your job, don't take the salary. It's not the way. Then understand properly. Now what we have to understand? This is very deep and very simple principle. If you catch it, you have done a great favor to yourself. Now, can I do something yesterday? It's gone. Can I do something tomorrow? Tomorrow never comes. So whatever I have to do today, now. So remaining in the present is easier, or remaining in the past and the future is easy? Think. But what happens? We are all the time, either they call it in the movies flashback. I call it flashback. All the time. When we were children, who asked you? Learn to remain in the present. Similarly, we go in the future. What is going in the future? Trying to solve the non-existing problems. If this happens, what will happen? We raise the question, we answer it. We raise the question, we answer it. And unnecessarily drain our energy. See, friends, such people are never in the present. All the time, you can see them. This is one of my time pass when I travel all around the world. On the airport, normally I go alone. I don't like to have any commandalu with me. I have to leave their bag. So, you sit down comfortably wherever you get a seat and watch the world. Those who are single, what is he doing? Constantly talking to himself. And what is that talking to oneself? The future worries. See? Therefore, we have no option but to stay in the present. We have to accept it. There is no option. We have to live in the present. Now, second thing. When I do something, and if I get that thing, then I will be happy. In this approach to life, what is happening? We are postponing our happiness in the future period of time, and future never comes. See? So, instead of doing anything in life, because we are seeking happiness, change your approach. Whatever we are supposed to do it happily. Over. How simple it is. You will have zero questions. One of the symptoms of living in the truth is very simple. You will be left with no questions. Tell me, what is that about which you have no question? You have no question about your own being, whether you are or you are not. And that is what matters. See? Otherwise we get lost this way, that way. Don't study scriptures academically. When they study scriptures academically, what happens? In New Jersey probably, I was invited for lunch, and there is nothing free. So about 15-20 people, and Swamiji, please tell something on Gita. I said, come on, I have come for food, I will not talk. This is open only for one purpose, either talk or eating. I have come for eating. Then there was one old man. Swamiji, he is so and so, he came from India, and he has been teaching us Gita for last 6 months. So I said, Namaskar. Then he said, Swamiji, I want you to talk on 2nd chapter of Gita. Now he is their guest imported from India. See, how can you be miserable? Those who are outside India, they tell me, Swamiji, we have got all the Indian biscuits, you can eat it. When I am in India, Swamiji, these are imported biscuits, we like this. Arey Beyakufo, why don't you stay where you are? Well, so they gave me, Swamiji, the Parle-G. I said, do you know, in India, in our car, we get small Parle-G packets that we keep for giving to the beggars or the dogs. Really? I said, yes. Parle-G. Swamiji. What are we trying? So this man said like this, so I had to respect him. Then I finished 2nd chapter in half an hour. Then I said, now food. Swamiji, one question. I said, come on here, I am allergic to questions. Probably I am a questionable personality. And all are doubtfuls. So, at least one question. I said, okay. Now see, I am telling academics. How many verses are attributed to different characters in Bhagavad Gita? Academics. So what are the characters? Dhritarashtra, Arjun, Sanjay, and Sri Bhagavan Vach. So his question was this. So I invoke my Guru. I don't know. He said, no, you are avoiding. I said, okay, listen. One verse to Dhritarashtra and 0 verses to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. When I said, he nearly jumped out of his skin. What? I said, yes. How can you say like that? I said, show me your Bhagavad Gita, what you are referring. He showed. Gita Press book. Where it is written, Bhagavan Sri Krishna Vacha, show me. No, Bhagavan was, I said, Bhagavan are so many. Shiva is Bhagavan, Rama is Bhagavan. There was a film actor in India. His name was Bhagavan. Who is Bhagavan Vacha? See, friends, nowhere it is written, Bhagavan Sri Krishna Vacha. Nowhere. But when we study academically, this happens. This knowledge, see friends, when you look at an object, you look at the object, is it not? But when you look at the mirror or in the mirror, we don't look at the mirror, we look in the mirror. And in the mirror, we don't see the reflection, we see ourselves. Scriptures are studied as you are looking into the mirror. See yourself there. See? Therefore, when Bhagavan says, Karmanye vadikaraste, you have no option. Whatever are your obligations, you must complete. But while doing that, what should be the attitude? So instead of doing anything or not doing anything to seek happiness, why don't you express happiness with whatever you have to do? You have learned whole Bhagavad Gita. Nothing more. See? Now how does it matter who said what? See? Gaudapadacharya said like that, Shankaracharya said like that, and he said like that. He says, I am confused. So you want to know from me and get more confused. Apply it in your life. See, friends. Therefore, this is the simplest way to lead life. Karmanye vadikaraste. Whatever we are supposed to do it happily. One option. Don't do it happily. But we are average people, like the air hostesses. You get into the flight, welcome, welcome. So, on the surface, there is a smile. And inside, there is acidity. Such people are the most miserable in this world. See? They pretend what they are not. And therefore they suffer in life. See? And you must have seen, see, God has created this world for fun. Time pass ke liye aur kuch nahi. There is nothing great about in this world. You can imagine a story. A boy comes in a garden. Frustrated, who can go to garden? Who have got nothing to do, useless fellows go to garden. Those who are busy, who will go to garden? So he comes to the garden. Then a girl comes to the garden, another useless. They look at each other and they fall in love. Then the boy goes to the girl's parents, the girl goes to the boy's parents. We like each other, we want to get married. They say, okay, get married, don't come home. The drama over. Will such a drama run? Now you require some mirch masala, tadka. See? So the boy goes to his mother, Mummy, I want to get married to that girl. Mother says, if you marry that girl, you will have to cross my dead body. Then music also. Tan, 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 tan. See? And then the boy says, Mom, if I have to cross your dead body, you are not going to die quickly, is it not? So hurry up. Then I can cross and get married. Maja hai na? Life is not only the same thing. Breakfast sandwich, then lunch sandwich, evening tea sandwich, and night sandwich, and whatever leftover sandwich goes into the fridge. Next day comes out, goes into microwave, and given you pindadan, eat. Is it life? See, friends, therefore, whatever we have to do, it must express happiness. And when expression is that of happiness, it cannot be destructive. See? Just imagine, it's just example, it's not the truth. It's a cook story. I go to my girlfriend. And then tell her, honey, darling, today I am so happy, I tell you, I can't contain my happiness. I am so happy. Therefore, I want to cut you into small pieces. Will it ever happen? Swamiji, you don't know, it may happen. Happiness is not a destructive force. And misery is not a constructive force. See, friends, now how we express life? Through body, speech and mind. These are the three actions. Whatever we do with the body and if it is done cheerfully, happily, you will not be tired. Whatever we talk, if we talk cheerfully and happily, there won't be bitterness in our expressions. See? And whatever we think, if we think happily, we cannot plan how to destroy others. See, friends, expression of happiness through us is the only purpose God has created you and me. Don't search don't go in search of God. He told me, He is searching. Is there any instrument through which I can express? See, friends, none of you in UK want me, I am very clear. But I want to come. And I have no ways to come. So what I am doing, I am finding out light. Means Prakash. And who is this light? He is available, he is capable, he is willing. Is it not? So if we ordinary people are seeking a right person for getting our job done, he is also seeking some right instrument through which he can express. See, friends. Now, as we are seeking a right instrument, we also must be a right instrument. See, my friends, this is Bhagavad Gita. And this we have to work on ourselves. Nobody can change anybody in this world. See? Out of courtesy, we have to say, Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Don't push the Guru outside. I am totally different in your understanding of Guru. Normally what people do, hang the Guru to the wall. Hang there, don't come down. See, the food is in the plate. Where is the hunger? In the pate. Simply looking at the food, will your hunger go away? Lift it, chew it, salivate, gulp. Where the hunger is, there the food should go. Where is the problem? In the mind. Where is the knowledge and wisdom with the Guru? So that external Guru's knowledge must manifest in our heart. And that is our ability to learn from every single experience. This is Sadguru. See? Otherwise, मेरा सत्य चित्त आनंद सत्य चित्त तो कुछ नहीं होता है. Learn from every single experience. Then we invoke Sadguru in our heart. Somebody can write his name, Sadguru. Sadguru is not a name, it is an experience. And it is for everyone the same thing, not different. Therefore, when we are thus learning from our experience, that whenever we are expressing through us only joy and happiness, that time God is expressing through us. And for that, our spiritual practice should be, we should be wherever, whenever, whatever we are, we should be 100%. So, I am a husband in front of the wife. When she is in front of me, then I should be 100%. Then I will not make her miserable, and I will not become miserable because of her. In spite of her, you are happy. You are realized. If your wife is good and therefore you are happy, what is your contribution? See, friends, the only way of spiritual life is only this much. We must be a right instrument through which he can express fully. And that can happen when? Now, what are the expressions? These basically three expressions. Through the body, speech and mind. So, through the body, whatever we are doing, if you do it happily, that time God is expressing through us. You are not waiting, after I do this thing, then it will be appreciated by the people, and then they will say it is good, and then I will become happy. I am postponing my happiness in the future period of time and keeping my happiness in the pockets of others. See, friends. Like, one of my professional hazards, I had to go to so many houses for taking food. And out of courtesy, I had to say, Annadata Sukhi Bhava, because I had to again take next time. So one day when I said that husband told, Swamiji, I should get food like this every day. Whenever you come, she cooks so good. I said, only because I come once in a blue moon. Therefore the food is cooked good. If I come and stay with you, Swamiji, the plate dhuli nahi hai. Wash the plates also. See. Then she said, Swamiji, what he is telling is true. When I cook for you, I don't know, food really comes out very good. It's not comes out, you cook good. Why? Because when you are cooking for someone whom you love, whom you respect, whom you want to do something, and you are not doing it as a burden. Aha gaye sasural ke log. When the in-laws come, the food becomes terrible. See, friends, anything you do physically, cheerfully and happily, it will be a piece of art. You will not be tired. You will remain inspired. One day one person asked this question, Swamiji, you keep on giving lecture. Don't you get tired about the same Brahman? Dusra hai nahi? I said, okay uncle, what is your age? Swamiji, I said, tell the truth. Swamiji, I am 85. I said, how many times you are looking into the mirror per day? At least 2-3 times minimum. Morning, evening, brush time, and in between if I had to go, I don't know. Have you got ever time bored? The same face here every day I am looking. Did you get bored? On the contrary, I may be old, my neck may be not steady, but my understanding is steady. Why? Because when I see myself anywhere, you can never get bored. We are not talking about Brahman. We are talking about the self that we are. Don't we get inspired all the time talking about our past? Same thing we keep on repeating because I is there. So when the divinity becomes our own being, you can never be tired in life on this satsanga. Can never be a tiring experience. See, friends, therefore, physically, whatever we are supposed to do, if we take this stand in our life, if I have to do it cheerfully, happily. That expression is the divine expressing through us. See, friends. And those who are miserable, They are miserable by choice. Here it's not there, and now US also it's not there. Earlier days, they used to give us an immigration form, and they used to ask all dumb questions, and then you have to reply yes and no, tick mark. So if you tick mark yes, then you have to give an answer. If you say no, go ahead, no problem. In the same manner, when we were entering this world, God gave us an immigration form. Bhagavad Gita, the form is there. Anityam sukham lokam ivam prapya. You are entering the kingdom of miseries, this world. Question: do you want to become miserable? Options are given, yes and no. Those who tick mark yes, tasastu, may it be so. All those who are miserable, they are miserable by choice. Don't blame God. You refuse to be miserable, make God miserable. अरे यार, miserable होता नहीं है. See friends, that is what Bhagavad Gita is. And don't we like somebody who is happy? See, like I see these big cars. As many cars and as many chauffeurs I had in my life, none of you can even think of. See? So when this Tesla came for the first time, so somewhere I was there. So Swamiji, I'll take you in my new car. I said, okay. I said. And then I asked them questions about, I think, Swamiji, how do you know these questions? And this is the 10th car I am sitting in. Oh, you already sat in this car? I say, yes. See? Therefore, friends, in this world, don't get carried away by this notion that we can give happiness to others. You spread happiness. Now, when I sit in that beautiful car, I am happy. If I own that car, how much happy I will be? If I like a happy person, if I remain happy, what a wonderful thing it will be. And God has given us choice. He is not making us compulsory. You should be happy. No, choice. Therefore, remember, wherever we are miserable, we are squarely responsible for all our miseries. Don't cooperate with the miseries. When you cooperate with the miseries, more miseries will come. Insert the miseries, next misery will not come. Maja nahi aaya. See, friend. Then, this is one. By the body, what we are supposed to do it happily, cheerfully. Like all of you have come here. You are got doing so many things you are doing. You are not tired because you are doing it happily. See? And at home, when you have to wash the dishes, that time, गिर गया, तोड़ दिया गया. I know that. It is broken. It is not fallen. See? Now, the second instrument through which God can express is speech. How we talk. Bhagavad Gita gives all these details. For the body, we must lead a life of respectful presentation to the world. We must respect the world. See? How, when we respect somebody, that somebody is not benefited. The one who is extending the respect, he or she is benefited. Like we go in front of Ganesha, and Bhagwan Ganesha is sitting comfortably. We go and do namaskar. Do you think he is benefited? No. How simple it is. Therefore, if we are living at the body level, we must have this attitude of respectful interaction with whosoever comes in our life. We are practicing Bhagavad Gita. See? Then the speech. In the speech, how to express respect. About this I'll tell you one of my terrible weakness. I don't remember anybody's names. It's a manufacturer's defect. Earlier I used to feel very bad about it. Now I become shameless. Nahi yaar, main kya karu. Swami, you see, in USA, I went to somebody's house. And that Amma was doing something. I said, hey, some comment I made. Swamiji, you made the same comment 6 years before you came to our house. I said, no, I never came. No, Swamiji, you stayed with us. You took dinner with us. See, no remembrance. So, what I try to hide by this ignorance. Suppose I had to tell my friend, hey yaar, jaldi chalo, it's getting late. So instead of telling this way, I tell, Mahatma ji, let's go fast, we are getting late. Swamiji, where I am a Mahatma? I am not a Mahatma. Okay, Bewakoof, hut. Now see, when I call somebody Mahatma, can a bad word slip from my mouth? Therefore, whenever we interact with anybody in this world, we have to learn to address respectfully. Everything will change. Don't we feel good if we are given importance anywhere? In the same manner, the highest importance is we are completely surrendered under divine will. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. Therefore, by the speech, when we address somebody, respectful address, if we do that, then we are practicing Bhagavad Gita. And the third is the mind. Our mind must not be confused and having vindictive attitude towards anything. It is the mind which is destroying us. Therefore, a real seeker of truth is born when he or she starts working on his mind. We are all working at the periphery of our personality. Our house should be good, clean and neat. Curtain should be matching. And not this way, not that way. It should be like this, it should be like that. How much time, energy we spend in the same manner? What time, energy we have spent on our body? A lot. Do yoga, twist the body. But straighten the mind. This we never think about. When we start working on our mind, we are reborn. That is our new birth. When we don't work on the mind, then we are either working on the worldly objects or our sense organs or our infinite desires. I want this way, I want that, I want this. There is no end to it. When we rise above the three, then we start working on the mind. And therefore Bhagwan says, Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. What will I get? Instead of that, how best I can express. And the best expression is only bliss and happiness. Then, second principle is ma phaleshu kadachana. Don't expect what others will say. Are you at peace with yourself with whatever you have done? If you are going the right way. If whatever we do, later we regret, I should not have done like that, then it was wrong. No dent or dash of regret should happen on our mind when we function in this world. See? Ma phaleshu kadachan. Because we are happily doing everything, there is no problem what will happen in the future. Now the third. Ma karma phala heturhu. Now here we have to understand the difference between action and deed. In Sanskrit, kriya and karma. What is the document and the deed? Suppose you take out a printout and go to the court and submit. It will not be accepted. It has to be notarized, authenticated by your signature. Then it becomes a document. It becomes a deed. Exactly. Actions without doership is not a karma. So there is a karma phala, not the kriya phala. So when you are in your day-to-day life, you must have done it. Whatever karma is to be done, first of all, what the Panditji does, he will ask you, sit down properly, then give some rice. Once I was in US, see, life is so full of joy in a village. And maybe there are about 4 or 5 Indian families. And there was one Sindhi gentleman from Mumbai. I cannot forget him. He's such a genius. Sindhis are fit everywhere. He was like that. So there was some function to be done. No Pandit available. So he said, I can do it. I am from Mumbai, I know everything. And andhe naiva niyamana yathanda, like a blind leading the blind. Those who are doing, they are also blind. This Pandit is also blind. And I was Sakshi Bhav, watching and enjoying everything. See, he said, okay, now we'll do, I'll say some mantra. Okay, take this rice. They ate it. Arey yaar, rice is not for eating, it's sankalpa. Oh, we didn't know. We know only one thing. Put everything on and eat it. See? So unless the sankalpa is given, it is not a karma. And what is the sankalpa? On this day, in this place, I am the son of so and so, this thing, for this particular thing, I am doing the karma. So you have to authenticate the action. So authenticated action is a deed. In the same manner, kriya plus doership is a karma. Bhagavan says, Maha karma phala heturvhu. Do not have doership associated with whatever you are doing. Now here is another deep understanding. Please be attentive. Once in Delhi, I tell you, my gurus, you are all my gurus. The whole world is my guru. We were going, there used to be one Amma, she is no more now, a Punjabi one, very sweet lady. She was, I was in Delhi for many years, so she used to drive me everywhere. Once we were going, a red light came. I said, what kind of Punjaban you are? Afraid of red light in Delhi? You should be inspired. And she crossed. And the police stopped. Then I told the police, I said, hey Mahatma ji, it is because of me she has crossed. So tell me what is the fine I'll pay. He looked at me, hey Babaji, yes. Do you know what? Traffic rules are applied on the driving driver, not on the passenger. You tell me what more wisdom you want. Karma phala is applied to those who have the arrogance. I am doing this, I am doing that, then suffer. But if you are a passenger, jo tari raha so mari raha. Oh Lord, thy will be done. Therefore, devotees of the Lord, they are not influenced by, or they do not come under the category of law of karma. Dekho Maharaj, this is Bhagavad Gita. Ma karma phala heturvhu. But we have all the time, I have done this, I have done that, I have done that. so much of I, that they open an account in the bank, ICICI. See? All the time, I. Enough is enough. Therefore, yad yad karma karomi tattadakilam shambho tavaradhana. When a taxi driver takes a passenger to a drinking booth, is he getting sin? He gets only the meter reading. Then from the drinking booth, another passenger comes out and he tells, now take me to the temple. So he takes him to the temple. Does he get the merit? No. He just following the rules and regulations. That's it. In the same manner, whatever karma we are supposed to do, we are not obliging anybody. See, friends, Mahakarma phala heturbu. So it is an opportunity for us to serve the world without claiming, I had done this, I had done that. No. And then the most important thing, Mate Sangha Astu Akarmani. Bhagwan Sri Krishna is very clear. Don't remain without producing wealth throughout your life. Don't retire in life. Keep occupied 24/7. Those houses where old men are doing nothing, you ask the ladies of that house, their prarabdha. Morning, beta, what is there for breakfast? मेरा सर खाओ. मैं वो कल खाया था. अरे यार, when you have nothing to look forward to, we can only think of indulgence. See, friends, we must be occupied. See? No, but Bhagwan Shankaracharya said, Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshate dukrum karne. What we understand and what Bhagwan Shankara has said is a valley of difference. See? Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshate dukrum karne means dukrum karne is a language. In what language you talk is not important. What you talk is important. See, in the same manner, in the old age, what you do or what you don't do is not the problem. Are you a burden to anybody? About this I'll tell you, one of my good friends, now he is very old, 90 or so. This happened about 30 or more than years before. He was a civil engineer, retired from a very big international company. And on the last day in his farewell party, I was also called. After everything, then he said, now I have decided, hereafter I will take care of Swamiji, right from washing his clothes, food for him, ironing the clothes, wherever he has to go, I will drive him, I will do everything for him. I said, stop. To protect myself from people like you, I have no ashram. You will come and sit on my head. I don't want that. Then what should I do? I said, you are doing something for me? Yes. Do what I want, not what you want. Normally what we do, Seva, we impose our views on others. See, some you take this thing, no, I can't eat it. No, but you must take, I have prepared with such a great love for you. Please take what, Baba, if I take, I'll die. Never mind, but you take. They call it love. See, I said, that is not Seva. Seva is whatever I want, that you should do. Yes. Then I said, take a job, again in the same field. But I said, no, don't argue. You are my servant, you listen. Take a job, and after that, you tell me. Within 15 days time, he got a job in Middle East. And he says, Swamiji, I got a job. And I said, how much is my salary? He said, I get 700,000 per month. Very good. I sanction 50% for your maintenance account. And remaining amount, you use it for supporting the education of those children who are neither very intelligent to get the scholarship nor having any criteria to get the free ship, although they are good for nothing. The mediocre students suffer maximum. Such students you support. He did that. For 3 years it continued. And what happened? As if out of a bud, a beautiful flower came out. Now what happened? Earlier, he was working for himself. Now he was working for me. Otherwise, now I am retired. No, never retire in life. See? Like many people advise me this thing. One of my friends, Swamiji, why are you running here and there? You just now came from Australia and now tomorrow again you are going to London. Why don't you take rest? I said, okay, agreed. From now onwards, I am going to stay in your house for good. No, I don't mean that. See, keep yourself occupied and busy throughout life. Therefore, friends, mate sangastu akarmani. Don't remain idle. Idle mind is a devil's workshop. We must have something to look forward to. Otherwise, again one day 24 hours, ab kya karu? No. Must be tight schedule. No time even to die. If the death comes, excuse me, I'm busy. That kind of life, you'll see, you will remain healthy, fit. And then we remain as an instrument which the Lord is searching for. In Kabirji's Dohe, Kabirji says, I am not running after Hari. Hari is running after me and calling Kabir, Kabir, ruk yaar, ruk. See, that is the ultimate of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, this principle we have to follow. And all what I told you is nothing but understanding. And therefore, subsequent to these thoughts, Bhagavan Krishna glorifies buddhi, meaning understanding. 8 times he uses the words buddhi, buddhi in 4 verses. And there he says, Yada te moha kalilam buddhirvati tarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha shruti vipratipannate yada sthasati nishchalam samadha vachala buddhi tada yogam avapsasi. Your mind is so confused, having read so much, having heard so much, having gone to all kinds of shops of spirituality. And therefore, there is a hodgepodge in your mind. When your mind is free from all confusions, all doubts, when the mind has nothing to gain, nothing to lose, na kuch pana, na kuch khona, tada yogam avapsasi. Then you have attained yoga. And what is the yoga? Merging in the infinite. What will be the yoga for the house? When the walls are pulled out, the hall space merges with the total. But for the hall space to merge with the total space, is it necessary to break the walls? In the same manner, to merge in the infinite, it is not necessary. And we have to do anything. We are that. But we are so obsessed with the walls that we talk the language. We are sitting inside the hall, car is outside the hall. Car is inside the compound, road is outside the compound. The road is inside the Suffolk area and London is outside. Then we are inside London and India is outside. Till such time in and out illusion is taken as valid, we are a samsari. What is the deep sleep? where the illusion of in and out is over. We are inside the body or outside the body. We are inside the room or outside the room. Everything is over. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is not a mechanical thing. Otherwise, we will get lost only in that. And when such an equanimity is attained, then the glory of that equanimous master is explained further. What we call Sthita Prajna, a man of steady wisdom, not steady posture, steady wisdom. And nobody can do it for us. There is no proxy for our life, death, and there is no proxy for our spiritual practice. We have to do it ourselves. Nobody can help. Don't go to Guru Maharaj, uthao. Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet. Lift yourself. Don't be a weakling. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.